In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at nesting columns. Now what that means is that we're going to create a column on our page, and inside that column we're going to add several other columns. Therefore, the columns that we add to the first column are going to be nested inside, and hence its name, a nested column. So let's go ahead and create the structure for that. So in order to do that, we're going to place first of all 2 columns onto the page. The first column is going to span 9 of Bootstrap's columns. So it's going to be quite a wide column. And then the second one is just going to span 3 of Bootstrap's columns. And therefore the 9 and the 3 will add up to 12 and giving us the full width of the container. So let's go ahead and add those in now. Once I've got the first column, I can just highlight that, copy it and paste it to the line below. Change that to 3 columns and then name it column 2. So the 9 and the 3 now add up to 12, and that gives us the structure that we want. Now the first column, in order to show off the full width of it and where it's taking up the space, I'm going to just add a background color to that. So let's go ahead and create a new style for that. Okay, so now we've got a background color to column 1. Let's save that and just check that that's working okay. And there we can see column 1 is spanning 9 and column 2 is spanning 3. So this will make a good column for us to now nest our other columns inside, because it's nice and wide and we'll be able to see it working properly in there. So we'll go back into our code editor and we'll go back to where column 1 is, and I'm going to just add a couple of returns there for us to be able to start adding in the next of our content. So because we're going to put in another couple of columns inside here, the way that we do that first of all is to create another row. So that might not immediately be obvious to you, but let's go ahead and do that. Now as we've got the row in place, we can now go ahead and add our nested columns inside here. And then we'll just place inside of here a well in order for us to be able to see it. Okay, so that's the first of our columns placed inside. And as you can see, this column is 6 divisions wide, 6 of Bootstrap's columns wide, and our original column is 9 wide. So you may think that if we're going to add another column to this, we need to make that 3 columns wide, and therefore the 6 and the 3 will add up to 9. But that's not the case. When we nest columns, they must add up to 12. Anytime we put columns inside of other columns, they must always add up to 12, because that is the grid. And it's based on percentages rather than anything else. So if I copy that line and paste it in below, let's add some numbers in here so we can see the nested column 1 and nested column 2. Let's save that and look at it in the browser. And now we can see column 1, and inside there we've got nested column 1 and nested column 2, and then we've got column 2 over here. So by me making that a different color grey background, it means we can easily see the difference between these columns and the background, so we can see exactly what's going on and the way that it works. And if we resize it down, there's our first breakpoint, so we're now at the medium size, so it should break at the next one. And there we can see that the original column is there and the inner 2 columns are there as well. So that shows exactly how we can use nested columns in order to build up even more complicated designs within inside Bootstrap.